What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grind. You're watching Sub Urban Nerd. This is a channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. First topic on the nerd rundown is Peter Cullen has stated that you might hear his voice in the new Bumblebee movie. Now, if you don't know who Peter Cullen is, this might refresh your memory. Autobots, transform and roll out. Yes, Peter Cullen is the voice of Optimus Prime from the movies and from the animated series. Optimus Prime is supposed to maybe be in the Bumblebee movie because it was supposed to be a Bumblebee spin-off movie of the Transformers. Now, producer Lorenzo de Bonaventure, he promised something different, and it's going to be set in the 80s. Sort of like if you watched Transformers The Last Night, or whatever that movie was called, or whatever. But you saw Bumblebee back in the fighting a war. So you know Bumblebee's been around for a lot longer than what the first Transformer movies came out. And Kubo and the Two Strings director Travis Knight, he's going to be directing this movie, which, I mean, he's a good director. I started Kubo and the Two Strings, but I didn't finish any to continue watching, but the dude does good work. Now, as far as the Bumblebee spinoff, I'm not too sure because they sort of lost me after Transformers 3. Because the first Transformers, awesome. Second Transformers, I didn't know what the fuck that was because that movie was not a Transformers. They were moving way too fast. The first movie had weight to them when they were fighting. The second movie, they were moving around like ninjas, way too fast to be transformed, a lot faster. And it didn't make sense because Megatron, it took like all the Autobots to take down Megatron in the first movie. But it's like fucking Optimus Prime was like, yo, we got our asses handed to us first movie. We need to go to the gym. Because Optimus Prime himself took out Megatron and two bigger Decepticons, and then ripped off one of the Decepticons' arms and beat the shit out of Megatron. And I'm like, yo, this dude's taking all three of these people down like nothing. But in the first movie, he was struggling. So then they sort of corrected it somewhat in the third one, which I like. They were back to their heft. But the storyline definitely wasn't as good as the first movie. And then after that, fourth, the Dark of the Moon, I don't even know what they were. Trash. The last one, it blew my mind how bad that was. I couldn't believe they could. And then the continuity. The way they started changing things around. Oh no, now the Autobots are around this time. But except they made it seem like, oh, they were in hiding and no one knew about them. But now, apparently they were in World War I or World War II and people knew about them. They were they were fighting with the Allies. I don't know what was going on. But the saving grace is that Michael Bay is not doing these. It is Travis Knight. Michael Bay at some point just gave up. It was like, just give me the money. I'll get you them. Because every movie literally has been making almost billions, except for the last one. The last one, I think, made only like 700 million, maybe 800 million worldwide, which ain't nothing to sneeze at, because that's still making bank. But, it still made that money. So regardless of the fact, they kept going. I understand why they kept going back to him, but they're not no more. They're just going to do Travis Knight, and maybe that might make it work. So we'll see. They also said it's going to be sort of like the Iron Giant as far as complex emotion with less Transformers. And I'm okay with that. Iron Giant was a great movie. Like, Vin Diesel's voice was the Giant, if you didn't know that. But I think it might work because if you focus more on one main character and not so much all the spectacular spectacles and special effects, and kind of have like a story like that, I could definitely see that working. So we'll see. Hopefully Travis Knight doesn't get bullied by the studios and make it more like Michael Bay, because Michael Bay's shit just wasn't working for me no more. It wasn't working for a lot of people. That's why I did less in the box office, the last movie, than any other one. So we'll see. Next we have American-made director Doug Liman. He'd offered up some news on Edge of Tomorrow 2, the sequel to Edge of Tomorrow, or if you were trying to buy the DVD, it was Live, Die, Repeat, which they changed the name because they thought it was bad marketing. Because it was. The whole marketing of Live, Edge of Tomorrow, it didn't make sense because their book's original name was All You Need Is Kill. So that would have definitely got some people in the seats, but I don't know what was going on with that. So, But anyways, Lyman, Tom Cruise, and Emily Blunt are supposed to be coming back for the second movie. Only problem is their scheduling, because Tom Cruise is a very high commodity. Emily Blunt, definitely. Doug Lyman's got some work too. And trying to work all their schedules around to make the sequel, it's going to take a lot longer than they'd like. I don't know how much longer that is. I don't know if that's maybe 1 more year, 2 more years. We'll see. But it was a cult classic. After the movie came out, everyone loved it. I myself loved it. Like, that scene where he kept dying, and then, I forget what's it, rest in peace, that guy's name. I can't remember at the top of my head, but he died. But he was a general. And then my favorite scene is when Tom Cruise tried to roll under the truck and died, and then he woke up again and then screamed. This was like the funniest scream. Ah! But anyways, so they're gonna make that. They're trying to see if they can get each other together, but we'll see how long this is gonna take. But I'll let you guys know if anything else information comes out about Edge of Tomorrow, because that was a great movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. All right. Next, we have Deadline reports that Judy Greer is going to play Jamie Lee Kurtis' character, Laurie Strode's daughter, in a new Halloween relaunch movie. So, Halloween's going to try and relaunch and try, because they've tried it a couple times. It just failed. They've tried, not reboots, but they did try Rob Zombie reboot of Halloween, and it didn't work for fans. I don't recommend watching it unless you want to see just what it was. But Halloween, I'm not too big on horror slashers, but I'll watch a movie. You know what I'm saying? If it gets enough buzz, it gets a lot of people talking, people saying it's really good, I'll check out a movie like that. The only movie I don't really check out is that movies like Hostels and Saws, because I'm not really into torture porn. If it's like focused really just on seeing how much gore they could get and freak you out, I'm not really down for that. But the second Saw movie was pretty good. That was the only Saw movie I really saw, so I can't really say. But anyways, Jamie Lee Curtis, beautiful older woman. She was also in Scream Queens. That was the latest thing you pretty much saw her in. But them bringing her back and then having her have a daughter, hey, plot, keep it going. You know what I'm saying? I'm down for that. As long as you make a great movie, good movie, I'll check it out. Next, we got THR reports that Tim Miller and Neil H. Moritz are teaming up with Paramount to make a live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Holy shit. Why? That's the main question. Why? Why do we need live-action Sonic the Hedgehog? That doesn't even work inside of video games. You've got Sonic, this cartoon-looking character, long-ass nose, whatever, that runs really fast, interacting with live humans. There was one series where that worked, where they introduced Super Sonic, and it was okay. It was an okay series. I'm not saying it was a great series. It was okay, only because like Super Sonic and we looked like Super Saiyan whenever it happened. That was the only thing, silver lining for that show that I liked. Otherwise, it's just gonna look freaky as hell. There's no way to make Sonic look relatable in live action. You either have this, it'd be like worse. It would be like Roger Rabbit, but not as cool. You have this cartoon character looking tall, or not short, long, skinny legs with a big round body and like spiky hair, talking to humans like me and you, like sort of like Smurfs. Or you have an actual looking hedgehog, which is tiny, a bunch of needle spikes, talking like a regular person, trying to be like, I don't know how they're gonna do it. No matter what, I don't see this working out. I really don't. Only way I will see this working out is if they go balls to the walls deep and just goes all out. Like, make Sonic this badass, super, like, breaking Sonic barriers, and just, like, if they make him, like, super epic, fast, and just doing crazy shit, only way I can see that thing working out. But other than that, I don't see any way it can work, other than what I just said. Next, actually, and if you don't know who Tim Miller is, Tim Miller was the director of the first Deadpool movie, so that's one of the other things. But I'm like, after Deadpool, you had reign to do whatever you want, bruh. And you pick Sonic the Hedgehog? Really? I mean, it's one thing to look at a challenge and be like, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna make it work. But Sonic the Hedgehog? I don't know. But Tim Miller, he's gonna be executive producer, while longtime Blur Studio collaborator Jeff Fowler makes his feature directing debut. So wait, so Tim Miller isn't directing this movie, and it's going to be a first-time debut for one of his colleagues? Get the fuck out of here, yo! You know what? You know what? Until I just read that, I wrote that shit. Okay, I don't see it working then. If Tim Miller ain't doing it, first-time director, yo. I mean, granted, Tim Miller, his first-time directing debut was with Deadpool, and he knocked it out the park. Okay. So unless this dude's got the same brain as the one that is going to have do it, don't see it working. I'm sorry. I don't have faith. I don't have faith. And then last of all on the Nerd Rundown, Kiersey Clemons, who's supposed to play Iris West in the new Justice League. Well, she was supposed to be in the new Justice League, supposedly, but apparently she's not in it anymore. So they were talking with her interview, and she's basically talking about her thoughts on the Flashpoint movie. Because she might be in there, but I'm not too sure. They don't even they have a script, which they've had a script before. They've had a director, but now they don't have a director. They've had like three something directors, maybe 4 directors. I'm not too sure. But Flash has been one of those movies that just hasn't been able to just click and get on the right track. Same thing with like the Batman movie, you know. Just, you know, DCEU in general. They haven't had their shit together. But Iris West was, you know, Kiersey Clemons was talking about what there is as far as maybe time travel back and forth, going back and like how they're gonna see them. And personally, I'm not really caring because I've been watching the Flash show on the CW, and that's pretty much done almost everything in the first 4 years. So is it 3 or 4? I think it's 4 years already. Damn, it's like shit's catching up. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do, but except I'm hearing really live reviews for Ezra Miller that's playing Flash. People that have seen the Justice League movie, because it is done. The Justice League movie is done. But people that have seen it, like sneak peeks or like, you know, the features of it, they're saying that the Flash steals the show. Which in the trailers he sort of does. His personality, his joke, his timing, it seems pretty on point, you know? Because the one on the CW just started getting gloomy as fuck. Like he's just emo Barry. And emo Barry is not fun Barry. Fun Barry is super fast, quick-witted, and just like he just doesn't have that much care. Meanwhile, this one from Flash, CW is just like always, oh man, I gotta save him. Oh, I'm not fast enough. I'm never gonna be fast enough. Oh, you're gonna be fast enough. Wait, no, now you're never gonna be fast enough. No, it's back to me. I gotta save everything. And oh, I can't save everything. Like, yo, it was just too much. So that's pretty much it. We'll see how that turns out, the Flash movie, if it gets any further than what it already is. So that's it. Remember to subscribe. Check out yesterday's Nerd Rundown or Daily Nerd News. And I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Suburban Nerd, and you've just been nerdified. Catch you guys tomorrow.